I be having a lot of questions in my DM about Sacramento gang culture and just gang signs. The shit they see in music videos, disrespectful gang signs, and just regular gang signs that gang members throw up from Sacramento. And I'm gonna make this segment basically about just explaining what gang sign and who they identify with and the disrespectful gang signs. I might even blur it out, because I don't think it's fun for anybody to throw up disrespectful gang signs to gangs that they're not knowing about or don't know the history or just being disrespectful, because it's not nothing fun about it. And shit do come behind it. And, I just want to be respectful to all the gangs and shit like that. Enemies or not. Because at the same time, motherfuckers will see you about that. So I'm going to start with South to Oak Park to East to North. I'm going to go in that specific order just to give it a brighter idea and just to make it easier for the viewers. But starting in South Sac, I'm going to start with Meadowview. See, Meadowview throw up an M, and that's easy just for Meadowview M. But they got a block called 69th Street, which they go by 6-9, and they throw it up like this to make a 6 and a 9. If you can see it clear, it's a 6 and a 9. And that's like the main gang hand signs that they throw up. But more than the less, Meadowview, M, big M for Meadowview. And they got a 665 side. I don't know how that's thrown up or if they even have a gang sign for it, but most of them throw up the big M. And moving along to Garden Block, that's easily identified by any Crip, other than the C, other than the Crip sign, and this for Gardens. And they have another one, but I don't want to throw it up wrong, but mostly they throw up this, and they throw up the C. So that's Garden Block, and then we can go into Valley High, and Valley High also, they throw up this for Valley High, and that's kind of similar to 6-9, but if you in Valley High and you see this, then they know what that is, and they know what you're throwing up. And they have Crips also, and they throw up the C and this. Valley High Crips, Valley High Pyrus throw up this for Valley High. And they might make a V for the viewers if you see it. And that's pretty much it. Like, that's pretty the normal of I know of like Valley High gang members as far as like the actual Pyrus and Crips. And then we can go into like G Parkway. They used to throw up G Parkway like this. And sometimes like this, but for the most part, I used to see this. And like, I don't know, cause like sometimes some star niggas just throw up this too. So I don't know, like, this could be stars also, or however they bend it. And like this, I seen this too before, and that's like some star shit. So moving along, like stars too, I'm gonna get into that because like it's kind of like the same thing, kind of like. But G Parkway is the hood. A lot of niggas that's from G Parkway can just be from G Parkway and not always be from Stars. Stars is a clique, and I'm gonna break that down in a minute. But moving along to like Elder Creek. See, Elder Creek is a hood that's southeast of Sacramento. Like going east in South Sac, but it's off of Power End line and shit over there. Out the way, kind of, compared to like where the other hoods is and shit, neighborhoods. But I don't really know their hand signs, so it's no disrespect to Elder Creek, but if the OG on here, let me know. I put that in part 2, but I never really met too many young Elder Creek dudes, so I would say like that's more of like an OG hood, I would say. But it was a lot of them back then, and it's just like, it's a lot of Asians and shit over there. They pretty much in that community now. But okay, what other South Sac neighborhoods? 47. They throw up the Sev. They call it the Sev. That's a 7. You feel me? 47 for the 4 Sev niggas. And that's niggas like Lace Lino, you know, a rapper from there, and he part of his actual group, Under Turf, the label, all that shit. And I know a lot of people heard of him, heard of that name. Mozzie gave him hella shout outs and shit like that. So, yeah, both said simple, but recognizable. The Sev, you feel me? And then Fruitridge. Fruitridge with the F. That's why it's like that. That's easy identifiable from a nigga from Sacramento. South Sac specifically, the F. That shit. Fruitridge. And like, and it's niggas, like I'ma say the F for Hispanics and for the niggas, you feel me, for blacks and shit. It's still an F for both sides. But yeah, man, then I will get into like Oak Park. That's an OP. Oak Park, OP. Then I'm gonna break that down. You feel me? 4th Ave, that's a 4 finger. You see Mozzie throwing it up a lot, Snubs. And that's like a block that's like, you know, every hood got their main blocks and shit. So 4th Ave is a street, it's a block, it's an avenue, but it's a street that a lot of people in Oak Park claim like it's popular. That was like where the, you know, 4th Avenue blood started, Fab, then turned it to Fuck a Bitch. And that's where, you know, 456, part of like Pomona faction of Bloods and shit that came to Sacramento. And, you know, so it was a popular block. So a lot of niggas claim 4th Ave. And then, you know, it's Oak Park at 12th Ave. That's like a 1 and 2 fingers. You know, simple as that. And then Trage, 33rd, you feel me? 8th Ave. 8th Ave. A lot of niggas throw it up. Boom, we're 8. Strip. Call it the Strip. And that's like the real identifiable blocks from that niggas know of outside of that neighborhood. But they claim a lot of blocks in between also. But most likely the niggas that claim that shit is from them blocks. Even ones that's from them side streets that's closer to whatever block I just said, they gonna claim that block a lot of the times. And so I'm gonna go east before I go north. So the east is the east. East side. That's a big E. And that's just for the east, period. East side, White Rock, Lincoln Village, which they got, which is Viking Drive, then it's White Rock, the actual street. And that's the 2 main identifiable blocks. And then it's West Aloma, which they do like this, which I've seen a lot of pictures and shit like that. But West Aloma is a different block because they fuck with niggas from the south side. And White Rock and Lincoln Village is fucking with niggas from the P. That's the only difference between that. But, okay. And that's like really the only blocks, like, it's more blocks that them niggas claim, but that's the more identifiable blocks that'll make sense to the viewers. And that's for the rappers, it's niggas that rap and all that shit. But moving along, we gonna go north, and I'm gonna start in the Heights, you feel me, Del Paso Heights, and that's an H. But Del Paso Heights, that's an H. People in North Sac, people in the Sac period know what that is. They're the only ones that really got the H in their neighborhood, like, as far as like hand sign, gang sign that people claim, and it's easily identifiable. And they also got streets that people claim within their block that be in rap videos and shit that you see, hand signs. And sometimes it can be confusing because 38 100 Elm Street is with an E, sideways, but you will see. But if you seen one of them in a picture, well, a 30 boys member, you would think they throwing up 30s, but 30s is actually like this, 3-0. And Elm Street is sideways. So a lot of that shit get confused. But they had this wave for a long time. That's Elm Street. And then again, you know, and then it's, I'm gonna get into the cliques after I get into the hoods. And then so that's like really it. And then North Dallas, they throw up things. You know, they throw up the Crips 6 sign that a lot of Crips do over the nation. C's and shit like that. And then we're gonna get into the hood, to the manners, and that's an M. You could throw it up either way. M, O, and B easily. Simple as that. And we throw it up both ways. And that's really simple, man. It's the Western Block, Highlands. And that's simple as that. All these gang signs ain't nothing that nobody don't know. This ain't nothing that the police don't know. This ain't nothing that's not regularly in pictures and on profiles already. Everybody's down there gang member. About 85% of the city is gang member validated. Like, this ain't nothing that nobody don't know. But this is for the viewers and just people that just want to be up on game when they seeing certain shit. So I'm gonna get into North Highlands, and they throw it up like this. I believe it's the end. That's what I believe I got out of it. It's the end. North Highlands. They Crips, a lot of Crips from North Highlands. And it's a block called Rennick, and they was Bloods. I don't know where they at or if they still there, no disrespect. But that's really like the main gang signs of these hoods. And that's mostly all the hoods in Sacramento. Then we get into the cliques, you feel me? And I'll start back in the South. Like I said, this is like Stars, how they throw it up. Then Spanked Up, you feel me? And then it's, you know, it's Guns Up. Guns is another clique in Valley High. Guns, to be exact. And then, you know, and okay, that's Southside cliques. And then I would say this, man, just like Gutter Gas. But Gutter used to be like this growing up when I was a kid. When I was a teenager, they used to throw Gutter Boys up like this, but now it's just turned into Gutter Gas, so now it's like this. And that's like a North Highland symbol. They got the same gang sign, but it means two different things depending on what side of town you on. So don't get it confused. But I don't know how that became Gutter Gas or what's the significance, but that's what it is. Then there's 30s, which they throw it down, but they throw it up either way. And then, okay, and then I'm gonna get into the disrespectful terminology of it.
Gotta ride with a pistol. Type of lifestyle don't get along with every nigga. I'ma do a mission, I ain't ride with no feelings. Probably ain't the one that put your trust in a nigga. Had to strip a nigga, I grew up with a nigga.